Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by the Family Forest Carbon Program, where we help family forest owners get paid to improve the health of their woods. Probably what you're looking for most is the weather, so let's start there. Today's weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the forecast.
Warm and dry for the balance of today. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you here in Ohio. Decent sunshine over a large part of the state. Clouds trying to increase as we move through tomorrow, but I do think most of tomorrow is dry in Ohio as well. That takes us to the overnight tomorrow night through Saturday time frame. That's where we have moisture. Showers and thunderstorms going through Saturday and lingering action, at least in parts of the state, on Sunday. All told, for the weekend, I'm going to say anywhere from 1/2 to 1.5 inches, with coverage at 95% of the Buckeye State. Going into next week, we put together a dry start on Monday, probably dealing with some clouds, but not a lot of moisture. A few hit and misses, scattered showers Tuesday, and then more frequent action to finish the week. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Despite lower sow numbers, Ever.Ag chief economist Lee Schultz said that pork production hasn't decreased because of larger litters and market hogs being fed to heavier weights. Pork exports are forecasted to be down 0.8% for 2025, but Schultz said that compares to a record high of 3.03 million metric tons of pork in 2024. The forecast is also for a 1.2% increase in 2026. The data shows the U.S. is running near record exports that were seen last year, with value continuing to support profits. He said this is a lot better situation than some may have thought with all the discussion in the news about exports. The U.S. has surpassed the European Union for the first time since 2014 as the major exporter worldwide. That division is expected to widen a bit in 2025, he said. The dollar index is down about 9% compared to our major customers and major competitors. We've seen their currency get stronger relative to ours, so that provides them with more purchasing power or made us more competitive on the world market. This has been supportive for our exports. DTN retail fertilizer prices tracked continue to show the cost of most nutrients are higher than last month during the first week of 2025. This article, written by Russ Quinn for DTN, goes on to say, every week I write the weekly fertilizer column. I write the percentage change in prices for the 8 major fertilizers from both a month and a year ago in my book. Then it's easy to look back through the data to find interesting things in our fertilizer data. He said, I started a new notebook on May 5th, which is 5 weeks ago now. The first page of the notebook showed that prices for 3 fertilizers were lower than a year ago. The price for both MAP and anhydrous were down 1%, while the price of potash was 8% lower. 5 fertilizers were higher. DAP up 1%, urea up 2%, 1034O up 4%, UAN 28 up 6%, and UAN 32 up 13%, more expensive compared to last year. Fast forward 5 weeks, and there have been big changes in nutrient prices during this time. The prices for the second week of June showed that price of only one fertilizer continues to be lower than a year ago, and that is the price of potash, which is down 7%. The prices of 7 fertilizers are now higher compared to a year earlier. MAP is up 1%. Both DAP and anhydrous are up 3%. 1034O is up 4%. The fertilizers with the largest price increases are UAN 28, which is up 19%, UAN 32 up 22%, and urea is up 24% compared to a year ago. Time now for the Midday Market Analysis, provided by Leist Mercantile and sponsored by Brandt, helping growers take control for over 70 years.
Export sales for old crop corn was at 791,327 metric tons. Exports for old crop soybeans was at 61,394 metric tons. And for our first week of new crop sales of wheat, the USDA had those at 388,918 metric tons. Heading into the USDA report at noon, we will need to hit the following weekly sales in order to reach the USDA export targets. On corn, we'll need 8,897 metric tons. On soybeans, 131,751 metric tons. And on wheat, 245,624 metric tons.
And thanks, Ryan. Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. July corn up 2 3/4 at $4.39 3/4. December up a penny at $4.40 3/4. July beans up 3/4 at $10.51 1/4 cent. November up 2 3/4 at $10.32. The July wheat is up 2 1/4 at $5.36 1/2. Carry to September, you're up a penny and a half at $5.50 1/2. Carry to December, you're up a penny and 1/4 at $5.71 3/4. In livestock, June cattle up 35 cents at $228.17. June lean hogs up 32 cents at $103.70. September feeder cattle down 95 cents at $309.85. This is the Ohio AgNet.